Hey everybody, Mr.Critic, and I just wanted to start out by saying thank you everybody that's subscribed. I know I don't have a lot of subscribers right now, but everybody that has, you guys rock. So keep watching my videos. Yeah. So what's new with you guys? Awesome. What's new with me? Well, I've decided to make a new rating system for my movie reviews. Why would you do this, Stefan? Someone might ask. Well, it's because I feel like numbers aren't they're not getting my point across, I don't think. Some people would go see a certain number based off of how they feel about that number, and I might be different. So I'm going to use a very original idea. I'm going to use words, phrases to get my point across, and hopefully that will be better, and hopefully you guys will like it. Also, if you don't, please feel free to just let me know in the comments what you think of the rating system, and we'll see how it goes. So first I'm going to mention what they are, and then I'm going to explain a little bit about what they mean, and then I'm going to give examples based off of superhero or comic book movies, because I'm a nerd, so I might as well do that. Okay, let's not waste any more time, let's do this. Okay, so for the worst, absolute worst rating that I can give a movie, I'm going to call it garbage. Garbage, what does that mean? Well, garbage basically means that you shouldn't see it. So what comic book movie am I going to give the rating garbage to? It's going to have to go to Batman and Robin. Garbage. If you've ever seen this movie, I am so sorry. This movie is garbage. And if you plan on seeing it, don't see it. See how that works? Let's move on. Next up is TV only, right above garbage. What does that mean? Well, if you have no choice, if you just have to see this movie, just watch it on TV. Don't waste your money. Just do yourself a favor. For example, you read a book and you really like the book, and then they made it into a movie, and you just want to see it, your favorite characters in real life, and but it's a terrible movie. So that would be TV only. What comic book movie am I going to give TV only? I'm going to give it to Green Lantern. The reason is because Green Lantern, if you're like me, Green Lantern is an awesome comic book character. He's really cool. But if you have no choice, you just want to see him in a live action film, this is all you got. And it's terrible. So, but it's TV only. It's not garbage, I guess. Next, right above TV only is forgettable. Forgettable is perhaps you did enjoy the movie at the time, but someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, did you see this movie?" And you have no clue what they're talking about. You don't even remember it coming out. What are you talking about? That's forgettable. What movie am I going to give forgettable? I'm going to give that to the 2003 Hulk movie. Did I see that? Why would I give that to this movie? Because if someone came up to me and said, "Hey, you like the Hulk movie?" I'm gonna say, "Yeah, with Edward Norton. That was a really good movie." And they're gonna say, "No, the first one." And I'm gonna say, "Yeah, that had that one guy, right? With the girl." And that's about it. That's forgettable. That's just what it is. Next up, it's getting a little bit better. The rating will be enjoyable. Enjoyable is a little bit wider than most of these because you could have enjoyed a lot of movies. It could be not even that great of a movie and you still enjoy it. The comic book movie I'm gonna give to enjoyable would have to be The Amazing Spider-Man. Because for me, I often forget how much I really like this movie. I actually had a friend the other day that I was talking to. "Hey, have you seen The Amazing Spider-Man?" And she was like, I think so. I've seen the Spider-Man movie. And then after she thought about it for a few minutes, she's like, "Yeah, it's a really good movie. In fact, I own it." The Amazing Spider-Man was very enjoyable. Was it something that stays in your mind all the time? No. But it was an enjoyable movie, and that's how that rating works. You following me here? We're good? Okay. Next up is quotable/memorable. Quotable/memorable is a movie that when you go to see it, you're going to remember it. For instance, a recent movie that I saw would be the Lego movie. The Lego Movie was a really good movie, and I think it's mostly quotable compared to enjoyable. It was enjoyable, but I'm still going around saying, "This is awesome. Everything is awesome." I don't know, those are the words, but you get what I mean. It stays in your mind. It was a good movie, and you like it a lot. The comic movie I'm going to give quotable is Iron Man. Iron Man, I still think about Iron Man whenever I see a superhero movie, and it's not just because of the Avengers initiative at the end, even though that was a pretty big thing, but the movie itself, it was a really good movie, and I'm going to give it to quotable and memorable. You will remember Iron Man. Next is, usually I'll give this to a movie that does really, really well for the year, and I'm going to give the rating that I'm going to give is fantastic. Fantastic speaks for itself. You go to see a movie, you remember it, it was very enjoyable, it stays on your mind, it was really well done on top of all that, and it would be fantastic. What movie am I going to give fantastic? That was a really tough choice, because with comic book movies, it's either, a lot of times it's a hit or miss. You either have something that's terrible, or something that is really good. So for fantastic, I had to choose The Avengers. The Avengers is fantastic because no matter what, okay, if you're having a conversation with any of your friends and you're talking about the greatest superhero movies of all time, The Avengers is almost always going to be disputed for number one. Someone always is going to bring The Avengers to the table saying it's the best comic book movie of all time. I still remember going to see it and how much I enjoyed it, how much the audience enjoyed it. It was funny. It was great. Personally, do I think the story was great? No, it was not a complicated, intricate story. But that's just not what it was. That's not what it was supposed to be. Now, I have decided to make a special one that I only give to, it'd be probably really rare that I give this rating out because I'm putting it so high up there, and that is Perfect. The rating Perfect, the reason it's going to be so rare is because a lot of times perfect movies are rare. That's simple as that. I compare it to a lot of classic movies like Casablanca, things like that. Those movies were perfect. They not only were enjoyable, fantastic, quotable, the way they made them, they will influence movies continuously. And it wasn't that tough to choose what movie would be perfect in the comic book genre, and that would be The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is... not only can someone say that it might be the greatest comic book movie of all time, but a lot of people can actually bring this movie into conversation about some of the best movies of films of all time. And when you mention a comic book movie like The Dark Knight, it is just perfect. The acting, the story, the music, the camera work, it was just that's as good as you get with that kind of movie. And that's perfect. So what did you guys think of my rating system? Do you think it's better than numbers? Do you think it will last? Do you think it'll get my point across? Whatever, just comment down below. And also real quick, I'd like to change my score for RoboCop from a 6.6 to TV only. Ooh. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and make sure to check out my other videos, and I'll see you next time.